Oi, oi! It is another All My Bets video for Saturday, the 24th of February. Quickly update you on the profit and loss from last week. It was good, significant outlay, went there. Things didn't necessarily go to plan. A couple of them traded quite short in running, but is what it is, right? 457.25 went out. We got 241.75 back, so a loss of 215.50. That's minus 47% return on investment. Brings the roll-in stakes to 4,650. Rolling profit to 4,762, so 10.2% return on investment. Now, I don't even know the relevance of bringing this up at the start of the show, but we are very close to Cheltenham now, right? I may do another one of these next weekend, but obviously I have the Cheltenham Festival preview at Toaster, which I'm hosting. That is free admission if you've not heard about it before. I mean, you can check out some details, but the long and the short of it is at Toaster Racecourse. Next Sunday, the 3rd of March, from 3 o'clock, there'll be open race greyhound racing. I'll be giving you some insight on what I fancy and all of those as well in a preview than before that. And then after, from 6:30, basically, there'll be myself, Paul Beck, Daryl Carter and Jamie Wren giving you our thoughts on Cheltenham. It's not bookie sponsored. There are no trainers or jockeys there. We will be saying exactly what we think. We'll be telling you where we think we should get stuck in. And like I said, it's a freebie, but enough about that. The reason I'm bringing it up more than to promote it is the fact that I don't know if I'm doing all my bets next weekend. I might do. Anywho, it'll be Cheltenham before we know. I will obviously tell you all my bets for there, but this weekend, I've got a few quid going out. We've got £325 going out this weekend. You'll see potentially a few increased stakes compared to what you're used to seeing. I feel like it's a level of confidence, to be fair, but we'll see how things go anyway. I'm going to pull up the bets that I've struck. They'll be in no particular order. I would prefer to do it in chronological order. Chronological order. But I can't really see what they are on the small things. Let's see if we can do this. Right, I've got the first one up. So Joker Demai in the 115 at Kempton. If you want full reasoning, go and check out the GG Weekend Watch video where I do go into a bit more depth of all of these. But Joker Demai, yes, has got David Maxwell on board, so a bit of a tax. But it's each way first 4 places you can see here, a fifth of the odds. I think he wants the bad ground. I think he wants this little bit extra in trip as well. I don't see him out the frame. Genuinely think he's got a winning chance as well, which is why we've had £25 each way on Joker Demai. Worth bringing these ones in like semi-separately, but in the 150 at Kempton, Kalif to Berlais, the Juvenile in the Adonis, I think this horse looks like he's above average. It's not one that I would massively want to get stuck into. Like, I could be tempted to have some money on, but I don't know. I feel like I've been a little bit burnt in recent weeks, and it's one of those, like, it is a bit guessy, right? Got to give the £5 to give me 5. I do think this horse goes and wins nicely. I just don't feel confident enough with the form that we've got to be getting stuck in. And I felt similar as well in the 245 at Southwell. We covered a couple of all-weather races, but they're good races to look at, to be fair. Clarendon House just looks much better than all these horses. Got a great record on the Fibre Sand. I believe Luke Morris takes the ride. He's 2 from 2 on the horse. Major danger is Diligent Harry, according to the market, but John Farr, he's 0 from 3 on the horse. I just think Clarendon House is better and wins that one. So again, they're not ones that I wanted to tie up hundreds of pounds in for a bet, so I've stuck them in as a double. So we are where we are with that. In the 208 at Newcastle, let's see if I can pull this one up. Flower of Scotland. Now, in the GG video, I'm fairly sure I referred to this as a he. It's a she. She is more of a Kelso specialist, but she's got really good form in staying trips. Like pulled up at the beginning of the season, but has had a significant layoff since then. So if you take the 3 mile 2+ form since, like, we're taking that one with a line through it. Third, and first. If you look at extreme trips to about 4 miles, it's third and first. Goes on bad ground, seems to stay all day. I don't see how this horse is out of the frame either. Now, at the time of me recording this, it's 13-2 top price for William Hill. It's general 6-1 point. So yes, the price has gone down a little bit, but well, the GG Weekend Watch was out early enough people to go and see, and I'm getting this out as early as I can, right? The 227 at Kempton is another bet where we've had, I wouldn't say more than usual, but you'll see that I fancied the horse. Tahmuras in the Pendle Novices Chase. Now, fairly quick turnaround, so I was keen to see if he was going to run in this race, which obviously he is. It's a good-looking race, right? Le Patron's going to get his own way up front. That's going to help Tahmuras because Tahmuras had to lead in his last run where I think he was a bit unfortunate, to be honest with you. The quick turnaround is a tiny bit of a worry, right? But I do think this horse can handle it. He's a Grade 1 hurdling winner when he won the Tolworth last season. He's been in cheap pieces the last twice and got RPRs near 150. In this situation, Tahmuras has to be the bet for me. I think the 100 to 30 is a reasonable price. I am a little bit scared of Le Patron and Blow Your Wood. Like, I do respect those. Arclide's got that form with Marsh Wren that just went and won an Ireland in Thurles yesterday. Pembroke potentially always looked like he could be a bit of a weapon. So there are 5 horses that you wouldn't be surprised if any of them won, but I do think that Tahmuras deserves to be a shorter price than the 130 he currently is. He's 3-1 across the board in most places, 130 in 2 places still. Potentially see that one tightening up. Gonna have no problem with the ground, no problem jumping, and like I say, the only concern would be the quick turnaround, but you trust Paul Nicholls to know that the horse is fine off the back of that. We've got 2 bets in the Dovecote, not that one. We've got ID Wood, and we've also backed Williethebuilder, right? So Williethebuilder at the time of recording still is 11-1. Bet365, Paddy Power, Betfair. ID Wood is still 16-1, Paddy Power, Betfair, but they're a bit shorter in other places. Basically, they both got some good form when they ran behind Look Away at Cheltenham. That stands up quite nicely. And the reason I'm away from some of the ones towards the head of the market, Lump Sum, Fiercely Proud, and Secret Squirrel, a lot of their form does rely on it being behind Jericho de Repene, and I don't think that form is that good anymore. There's been lots of horses that have run close that got beat. There was one earlier this week, maybe on Tuesday, that got beaten out of sight. So I just think these 2 are overpriced. ID Wood of the 2, I would say, is more solid. Williethebuilder can hang, and Williethebuilder, I don't know, it just looks like he on paper should be better than he is. For some reason, he's just not putting all in. But I was happy to play the pair against the field there. And I actually think at the prices they are that they're steady enough bet. I wouldn't want to be smashing up because I could be wrong, and the Jericho de Repene form might stand out to be better because, I mean, on paper it does look a little bit better. But yeah, that's what we've done in that particular race. The spoiler alert for the one that comes up in the next, in the Winter Derby Stakes, is Lord North. Now, you guys will know that I do dabble on the flat. Predominantly, I do National Hunt stuff, but I do know my stuff on the flat as far as I'm concerned. Now, Lord North won this race last year. It was on the It was a Lingfield. It was a little bit shorter in distance. Military Order is his main rival. I didn't like his head carriage. He looked a bit dodgy the last run, and he did get beat by Enemy, which is all fine, right? It's okay form, like it's probably a right form to be fair, but I don't see how this horse beats Lord North. If I was to be scared of Military Order, he should have got his head down, knuckle down, and beaten Enemy, right? When the horse passed him, he seemed to stay on with him, but he let him go past in the first instance. So I just think Lord North's going to be too good for all of these, and I actually think the 13-8 about him is reasonable. He's still 13-8 across the board, so I think that's a fair bet. And then one that I've done here, if I can pull up the right one, is Blackjack Magic, right? So you'll see that it comes up without the typical race time was normal. This is because when final declarations came in, Bet365 do still hold a form of a market that's not with the enhanced places, right? So I've had £50 win on Blackjack Magic at 10s. He is now 13-2 in lots of places. He's as short as 5-1, but he is still 15-2 with Bet365. And at that point, so this point, that's offering a 1/5 of the odds 4 places. Now, when I bet him at 10-1, it was a 1/5 of the odds for 3 places. So you're probably questioning, why have you not bet this horse each way, Dave? Probably by design. I've done that because of the fact that it was a bigger price and I would have been sacrificing some of the value in the place terms, you know what I mean, by getting like one lesser place, but getting a bigger win part. So I thought I'd just magnify the win part of it. I'm not advising this because I don't know what I will do with it. I don't know whether I'll put a lay on this horse or whether I might be considered to bet some place money. I'm not scared, but I can see him running a mighty race and maybe possibly finding 1-2 good. But the ground's soft enough for most of these horses in here. I don't think there's too many that actually want the ground as soft as this is. Forward Plan would be one that possibly does. And I think that Blackjack Magic, that win Kempton form in the Badger Beers earlier, means that he's got a handle all over Forward Plan. So for the purpose of this, it will just be left as a win bet. I mean, if you were betting it now with the extended places and the price obviously is where it is, the 15-2 Bet365, a 1/5 of the odds for first 4 places, I would probably suggest it as an each way bet, but it'll be recorded as a win bet as such on this video. Fingers crossed it goes okay. Obviously, it's one of those, if it comes second or third, then in the long term of like a profit and loss, you'd be semi-much saying, well, why didn't you bet it each way? But in the big picture of weeks and weeks and weeks of this stuff, it doesn't matter, right? I'm happy with what I've done, and there's a reason and logic behind why I did what I did. So while I've not got the price, well, I've got the price that you guys might not be able to get at the moment, you guys might be able to get the each way stuff. And yes, I know I could have done it. Yes, I could put a place bet in there, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to be honest, right? So as I say, I'll probably possibly do another one of these for next week. I've got loads of stuff to prep up for the preview. So if I don't get the chance to do it, then I will be back next time with an updated profit and loss, and I'll be telling you all my bets for Cheltenham. We'll see how we get on this weekend. Be lucky if you're having a bet. Be lucky if you're following me in. As I say, these are me telling you what I've bet, not necessarily saying you have to do this, but I like to be honest and as transparent as I can. Make sure you drop a like on the video, because why wouldn't you? Drop a comment below what your best bet is, or just to say, hey, Dave. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because again, why wouldn't you? I know you might have to set up a YouTube account, but you'll get notified for all the Cheltenham content that is coming up. So be lucky. Thank you very much for your support, and I will see you all again very soon.